Hi, and welcome to this lesson for our Dog Skillathon about basic health care for your dog. This information comes from the American Kennel Club's book, The Complete Dog Book for Kids. Good health brings out the best in your dog. When your dog is in top form, he looks good, feels good, and is ready to learn, have fun, and spend a happy life being your best friend. You can help your dog stay healthy by taking him to the vet for regular checkups and vaccinations, and by giving him nutritious food, exercise, training, grooming, and lots of love. Even if you take the best possible care of your dog, he will still have days when something happens and he doesn't feel well. Since your dog can't tell you how he's feeling, it's up to you to be observant and notice when he's feeling a little off. This section describes basic health care and concerns, but you should always consult your veterinarian if you feel that your dog is ill. Let's start with your dog's skin and coat. Your dog's skin should be flexible, smooth, without scabs, growths, white flakes, or red areas. A normal color could be pale pink to brown or black, and your coat could also be spotted. It depends on the dog's color. The coat should be glossy and pliable, whether short or long. And when we talk about the coat, we're talking about the fur of your animal. Make sure there's no dandruff, bald spots, or excessive oiliness to the coat. What is black dirt or flea dirt? Occasionally you're going to see some black specks on your dog's coat. This is actually flea droppings and is an indicator that your dog has fleas. At this point, you should consult with your veterinarian about a flea treatment or flea preventative so that this doesn't happen to your animal. I've got my eye on you. Your dog's eyes should be bright and shiny. Mucus or watery tears are clear and minimal. The pink lining of the eye should not be irritated, swollen, or have a yellow discharge, which is like a pus. The whites of the eyes should not be yellowish. And try to make sure that your dog's eyelashes or the fur around the eyeball does not rub the eyeball. That can cause an irritation. If you need to clean your dog's eyes, avoid using irritating substances in the eyes. Use a cotton ball moistened with water. Check the eye pockets for grass seeds if the eyes appear irritated. And your vet may need to help remove debris that is too deep in the eye pockets. What did I hear? We know dogs use their ears all the time, right? They're alert and they alert us to things that they hear. So make sure that the ear skin is light pink and clean. There may be some yellowish or brown earwax that will appear and should be carefully removed. Make sure there's no redness, heat, or swelling in the ears. And make sure that your dog does not shake their head or scratch their ears excessively. If they do, it may be an indicator of a problem and you should consult with your veterinarian. If you feel that you need to clean your dog's ears, clean them at least once a month and more often if the dog has drooping ears. Drooping ears do not allow the airflow as well through the ear as upright ears. Use a damp towel or a cotton swab soaked with mineral oil and clean only the outer ear. Never push the wax back down into the ear canal. Your dog may need the ear hair plucked to keep air circulating and infections down, especially in dogs with drooping ears. The nose. Dog noses may be black, pink, or self-colored, which means they match the dog's skin color. A cool, wet nose doesn't mean a dog is healthy. And just as like a dry, warm nose doesn't mean he's unhealthy. The best way to tell your dog's health is to take their temperature and watch for signs of changes in their behavior. Your dog may be sick though when the liquid coming out is not clear, but it has a yellowish, thick, or bubbly or foul smelling odor. At that time, you would need to call your veterinarian. Your dog's gums. It's important that you make sure that you're checking your dog's gums on a regular basis. Dog gums should be pink, but they could also be black depending on the breed of your dog. Occasionally they are spotted, just like your dog's skin. Healthy gums are firm, they're not red or inflamed, and also while you're there, check your dog's teeth too. Healthy teeth. Young dogs have smooth white teeth that tend to darken to yellow with age. Indicators of tooth issues. Look for soft white matter or hard white, yellow or brown matter stuck to the teeth or gums. Plaque and tartar should be removed. And this is something, if you can't do that, talk with your veterinarian and they can recommend some options for you to have this to help out your dog. And just so you know, adult dogs have 42 permanent teeth, but that could vary by breed. Say cheese. So to clean your dog's teeth, use a special toothpaste formulated just for dogs. Make sure that they get crunchy foods and treats. This helps with the tartar removal. And if the tartar plaque is severe, a vet should remove it so it does not cause gum disease. So at your yearly checkup with your dog, make sure the vet's also checking their teeth and gums. You may see the initials TPR sometimes, and you wonder what that is. It stands for temperature, pulse, and respiration. These are normal measurements that help us kind of gauge a dog's well-being. A dog's temperature ranges between 101 to 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's a little bit higher temperature than the average human. Because dogs vary in size, their heartbeats or their pulse rates differ. A healthy heart will be as slow as 50 beats per minute in large dogs that are in peak condition, and as fast as 150 beats a minute for very small dogs. Puppies also have a faster heartbeat than adult dogs. So how do you take a dog's temperature? You're using a rectal thermometer. So to do this, you wipe the thermometer with a small coat of petroleum jelly, you lift your dog's tail and insert the thermometer into the rectum. You wait for the beep and record the temperature. Now, of course, dogs are going to be resistant to this, so if you can't do this, try to ask your vet the next time to teach you how. So how do you check the heartbeat? You're going to place your fingers over the left side of the dog's chest. You're going to feel for the steady thumping of the heart. Use a watch with a minute hand or a timer and count the beats for 1 minute. Now, how do you check your pulse rate for your dog? You're going to place your fingertips inside the top of the hind leg, like shown in the picture below. The pulse should be the same as the heartbeat. Ew, what a stinky job. A healthy stool or bowel movement is brown and firm 1 or 2 times a day, usually after eating. If your dog's stool is watery and reddish, your dog could be very ill. So as gross as it sounds, you need to kind of keep an eye on your dog's poop when you're walking your dog. If your dog strains when pooping, it may be constipated, which means you need to call your veterinarian and have them help out your dog. One of the best ways to bond with your pet is by brushing and grooming them. Several times a week is okay, but daily grooming is much better for your animal. You want to brush the coat flat, so brushing it all the way towards the dog's tail. Then brush the coat backward towards the tail. This helps loosen some of the shedding from the coat. And then brush the coat once more towards the tail and get it all smoothed back down. Depending on your dog's coat length, or if it's double coated, you may need different kinds of grooming tools. Long-haired dogs need brushes with pins instead of the bristles. These are the ones that showed below. Bristles pull out the long hair needed for show and for protection, and round tip pins made of metal are gentle on longer hair. Other tools may include a slicker brush that removes mats or dead hair, or if your dog gets into like cockleburrs and other plant material, curry combs to polish smooth-coated dogs. You may also need clippers, stripping knives, and hair dryers if you are grooming your dog and want it to look its best. Oh, bath time. For some dogs, this is a joy, and for some dogs, they will run and hide. But bath time is needed once a month or when necessary. And by necessary, we mean if your dog gets into something or just gets excessively dirty. Too frequent washing removes the natural oil from the skin and hair, leaving the dog dry and itchy. So don't overbathe your dog. And it's also very important to remove all the soap from its skin and hair, especially if you have a long hair or double coated dog. And use only a shampoo that is pH balanced for dogs. Once you bathe and groom your dog, you'll also want to trim the toenails. Because if your dog lives in the house or the kennel, it may not get enough exercise to wear down toenails. Long nails can curl and grow back into the foot pad, which can be very painful for your dog. And a good kind of rule of thumb is if you can hear them clicking on the floor as the dog walks, they are too long. So how should you trim your dog's nails? Well, length is important. We want to trim the nail so it just clears the floor, but you don't want to go too short. Trim the end just before the quick or the blood supply. And just like if you trim your fingernails too short and they bleed, the same thing will happen to the dog. Or you could just clip the hook part of the nail. This is something that before you start, you should talk with your veterinarian and have them give you a quick demonstration of trimming your dog's toenails. Once you feel comfortable, there's a couple of different options of clippers to make this job easy for you. Scooting around. Have you ever seen a dog that kind of scoots around on its backside? Why does a dog rub its bottom on the ground or on the rug? Well, there's a couple things that could be going on with your dog. It could have worms. It could be constipated. It could have impacted scent glands, or there are a few other options too. The scent glands mark your dog's bowel movements with scent, and that shows its territory to other animals. But sometimes these glands also express themselves when the dog is frightened, angry, or fighting. And sometimes they do get impacted, which means they kind of get clumped up. And this is when you need to consult with your veterinarian about releasing the scent glands, and your dog will thank you for that too. Does your dog come running to you like, "Mom, I'm hungry"? Yeah, a lot, right? So why should you feed dry, kibbled dog food instead of soft or canned? Well, it's okay to feed a little bit of both, but dry chunks clean the teeth and exercise the chewing muscles in the dog's mouth. The more drier food that you feed your dog means the dog's stool will be firmer and easier to clean up. Puppies versus dogs. Who gets what? Well, each food is formulated to meet the nutritional needs of that animal. Adult dogs can get too fat if they're feeding on puppy food because it's meant for puppies who are growing and developing a lot in the early stages. And a puppy's growth can be stunted by regular dog food because they're not getting the nutrition that they need as they start their growth. So puppies under 6 months should get 3 to 4 meals a day because they are growing rapidly and their stomach is kind of small, so they can't eat a lot at a time. After 6 months, feed a puppy 2 to 3 meals a day until it's 1 year old. And adult dogs really do well on just 2 feedings a day. Mom, I'm thirsty. So if your dog's hungry, more than likely it wants water as well. Cool, fresh water should be available at all times because a dog's slobber can cause bacteria to grow in the water he drinks. Fouled water can make a dog sick and can contaminate the owner's environment as well. And without adequate water, the dog's health could suffer. In severe cases, it may be dehydrated, which could lead to death or even kidney failure. The big question is, should a dog get table scraps? We all know that our pets love to eat our people food, but is that okay? Really, no. Excess scraps, in addition to the dog's food, can make the dog fat, which can lead to health issues. It can also cause an imbalance in the essential nutrients that a dog needs. Your dog can be fed vegetables and fruits on a moderate basis, but be careful, too much can cause diarrhea. And always avoid chocolate. It is toxic to a dog, meaning it can kill him. Another example is tomatoes. They can upset the stomach and cause diarrhea. Chicken, pork, or deer bones splinter easily and could puncture a throat or a stomach. So a dog should not be allowed to eat bones, only chew on them occasionally. So in conclusion, remember, you can help your dog stay healthy by doing some of the following. Taking him to the vet for regular checkups and vaccinations. Giving him nutritious food. Sometimes this may need to be altered based on your dog's activity levels. Always consult with your vet if you have questions. Exercising and training your dog. Working with your dog daily can help them develop good habits and good behaviors. Grooming is very important. Brushing daily and giving a bath when necessary. And of course, giving lots of love. Dogs can become one of our best friends to you and to your family. So show them love and they'll show you love right back.